What's going on, everyone? This is Rick 1982, and I got a interesting video to talk about here. As you can see, I have three gentlemen here: Powerhouse Hobbs, Keith Lee, and Moose. And as you can see by the title, that is the reason they're going to be fighting for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Now, this video, I am asking the question: will we ever see history made and New Japan Pro Wrestling has their first ever IWGP World Heavyweight Champion that's black? A black wrestler holding that belt. Now, before you say, well, Bob Sapp was the first to win the championship, the main title in New Japan, you are technically right, but that was the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Okay, that title is not there anymore. They pretty much took that off of the history books now. So like, they made this new title, the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, which is obviously the combination of the heavyweight title and the Intercontinental title, and they pretty much decided, well, we're gonna make this new belt. And since then, we've had, I think, what, 10 people that held that, well, not 10, but we've had like a good number of people hold that belt.
The following contest is
but you kind of wonder if we'll ever get a chance to see a black wrestler make history and become the first ever IWGP World Heavyweight Champion.
Weighing in at 320 pounds.
And the three guys that are in this match are three guys that I can possibly see holding that said championship. And that's, of course, AEW's own Keith Lee, AEW's own Powerhouse Hobbs, and of course Impact Wrestling's own Moose. Three guys that I feel, if New Japan wanted to pull the trigger, they would give one of these men that privilege of becoming the first ever black male wrestler to win the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Now that they're pretty much making a new history now of that new title, so I guess you could say it makes sense. So right now, this match is just I guess you could say a preview of what might one day happen if these three men were to get a hold of a, if they were able to, get a shot at that belt. Like, if New Japan decided, okay, we want to have these guys fly to Japan, we want them to take part and challenge for that title, especially with the upcoming G1. Can you imagine if this year's G1 featured one of these three men? Now, there's other guys that you can think of, maybe like Kenny King, Swerve Strickland, but these are the three that come to mind where I see possibly holding that championship. I think the best person out of the three would have to be Moose. Can you imagine Moose as the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion? I mean, just like Bob Sapp, when Bob Sapp won the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, he's a former football player. Both guys are former football players. Both guys are pretty big in terms of their stature. Granted, Moose has better in-ring ability than Bob Sapp, but still, I think they said that Moose was like the Black Okada. I could be wrong on that. I think people said that. I think they compared him to Okada, like a black version of Okada. because of
And guys, you have to respect
his
how much pride
moveset.
he
His
has in what he
moveset
does.
is almost
I don't know,
similar
Michael,
to
I
Okada's.
understand the importance of having pride in what you do, but sometimes I think he can be a bit overbearing. I don't know
Now,
if
of
he means
course,
to be, but that's definitely
Moose
how he
has
comes
won a
across at
world
times.
championship before in Impact Wrestling. Powerhouse Hobbs, of course, was a former TNT champion. And I know Keith Lee has held the AEW World Tag Team titles with Swerve Strickland, and they were known as Swerve in Our Glory. So right now, this is just a simulation of a match between these three, and the possibility of having the first ever IWGP World Heavyweight Champion that's held by a black wrestler. Now, of course, former Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, she made history by becoming the first black female to win the IWGP Women's Championship. And I know recently Kevin Knight, he's one half of the IWGP Junior Tag Team Champions with Kushida. And he's a black wrestler. And it's been a good number of years since we've had a black wrestler hold the junior tag titles.
He is a sight to behold. Take a picture while you can, everyone.
Gets him with the counter.
But I want your thoughts. I want your thoughts in the comments of who you actually see. Like, do you actually see, can you see it happening? Can you see this actually happening? A black male wrestler becoming the first ever IWGP World Heavyweight Champion for New Japan Pro Wrestling? And if so, who do you see it being? Is it Keith Lee? Is it Powerhouse Hobbs? Is it Moose? Or is it somebody else that's not mentioned? You know? Now, granted, they have to be a heavyweight. It can't be a junior heavyweight, although it would be interesting. Can you imagine Leo Rush as world champion? World heavyweight champion? But I think he would have to bulk up to be a heavyweight, even though right now he's a junior heavyweight. But yeah, in the comments, just let me know. Let me know who do you see as you know, who can be the first ever black wrestler to become IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. Because whoever it is, they will be officially in the history books. Just like with Bob Sapp when he won the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. He's in the history books. Even though they decided to start new ever since they merged the IWGP Heavyweight Championship and the IWGP Intercontinental Championship and formed the belt that we see today, the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship.
You gotta love it. Sent flying. Vicious right forearm. Oh, my God. Foot just stomping down. Oh, and he counters right back on Lee. Here's a pin for the title.
Now, of course, I'm simulating this match off of WWE 2K22 on my PlayStation 4. And I decided to make it a triple threat match between the three gentlemen that I just mentioned. Powerhouse Hobbs, Keith Lee, and Moose. Like I said before, three guys that I think have the best possible chance of becoming that first guy to ever, you know, that first black wrestler to ever win the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship for New Japan Pro Wrestling.
He is revving up the engine. He's not going to let anything stop him.
Now I know this would be huge for the company itself, you know, because you got two gentlemen from AEW and one from Impact Wrestling. So you can consider it like bragging rights to one of those two North American promotions, you know.
Can he shut the door on this one? The WWE Universe is pouring more fuel on with a championship on the line.
He breaks the pin.
Sky high!
Way up there. He's in a little bit of trouble now.
This should come as no surprise. In a havoc-filled triple threat, you're going to take some big hits.
Got to find a way to get out of this.
Oh, snake eyes caving in their face.
Tossed aside.
Ooh, that's how you dominate your opponent.
He's fighting hard and it's paying off. Yeah, he's showing no signs of ending this assault.
Hurled away.
Got it. Oklahoma slam.
Just tossed. She get airline miles for that.
Just deadlifting right there. The power.
Superhuman.
Oh, strong impact. Setting them up. Arm is trapped.
Pump handle.
Slam. It's a wrap.
Try and end it.
That could have been it right there.
Spinebuster.
You have to think these competitors expected this to be a difficult challenge.
Even so, at this stage.
Keith Lee looking to finish this.
0. Lee on the verge here. 2 count.
Oh, he was almost finished.
Oh, that was more than close. That was inches away. No way. Astounding power.
End of days.
Lee's down. Lee may be
New champ.
And there we go. Moose wins the three-way and becomes the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. Can you imagine, folks, this actually happening?
Their championship dream has become reality.
I mean, Moose has wrestled in Japan before. He's wrestled in, he's wrestled in New Japan before, but I don't think he's never won I don't think he ever won a championship in New Japan Pro Wrestling. But can you imagine if this was to happen? Can you imagine Moose representing Impact Wrestling as the first ever black wrestler to hold the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship? Like I said, we'll see if that ever happens. It may not happen this year or next year, but you know, fingers crossed that one day it might actually happen, and then we'll see it on the news. We'll see it, we'll see it somewhere. But again, give me your thoughts on, give me your thoughts. Do you actually see this actually happening? Do you see a black male wrestler becoming the first ever IWGP World Heavyweight Champion? Do you see a first time ever in history that a black wrestler becomes the main champion for New Japan Pro Wrestling in terms of the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship? Until next time, this is Rick 1982 signing out. Take care, God bless, and stay safe. Peace.